Hello everyone, we are here in Scioto for the 8th grade matchup between the West Prairie Cyclones and the Rushville Rockets. The 7th grade team took home the W in the 7th grade game. They lost the first game and came back and won the second and third game. We're going to get started here with the 8th grade match in just about a minute and a half. Would like to thank everybody for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital athletic trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Cyclone student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. I am Ethan Hunt. I'm joined here by Maddie Calvert, going to be working the camera and perhaps providing some in-depth analysis of what's going on in the volleyball game, since she knows a heck of a lot more about volleyball than I do. While we have about a minute left, Maddie, if you could, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you saw in the 7th grade game and what to look forward to here in the 8th grade game. Yeah. Here.
We saw a lot of good things in this past game, and I think that the 8th grade is going to come out strong, especially with serve and pass, because I know they've been working a lot on that, and I'm excited to see what they've got going on. 7th grade did very well.
All right, thanks, Maddie. We're about 7 seconds away from game time here in the 8th grade match. Will we hear the Star Spangled Banner once again here between these games? No? Well, looks like some more warm-ups are going to be taking place. If that's the case, we are going to have some commercial messages before we get started. And once the game is starting up for real, we will come back to the live feed. Please stay tuned. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." They didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
Hello and welcome back to Live here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We're about 1 minute away from starting. This time I believe we will actually be starting. I didn't realize there were multiple warm-up clocks that went on before volleyball games, but we will be starting here soon. Once again, if you're just now tuning in and we're curious about the 7th grade match, the 7th graders got the win, and they won the last 2 games, but Rushville took the first one. First game was 25-18 in favor of Rushville. Second game was 25-14 in favor of West Prairie. And the third game, I believe, was 25-19 in favor of West Prairie. Going to be getting started here in about 10 seconds, putting the balls away, getting into the team huddles. Going to go through the lineup here for first West Prairie. Starting for the 8th graders on the roster is number 5, Macy Powell, number 6, Alexa Barkley, number 8, Madeline Sullivan, 11, Lindsay Dunn, 14, Madison Richmond, 15, Belle Petty, 14, Callie Wright, 17, Natalie Moore, 23, Paige Kitch, and 36, Abby Starbuck. For your 8th grade Rockets team, we have number 3, Alice Heineck, 4, Maisie Martin, 7, Emily Thornton, 12, Charlie Gerleman, 14, Grace Grunland, 15, Ashlyn Downs, 16, Lydia Cunningham, 21, Breely Haynes, 24, Corey Boyd, 25, Carly Ham, 31, Madison McWhorter, 32, Caitlin Vogler, 33, Emma Robertson, 34, Delaney Meyer, and 42, Maddie Stoll. Looks like the starting players for the 8th grade team here are out there, including 11, Lindsay Dunn, 5, Macy Powell, 16, Callie Wright, 15, Belle Petty, 23, Paige Kitch, and 17, Natalie Moore. Starting for your Rockets are 15, Ashlyn Downs with the serve, 12, Charlie Gerleman, looks like 21, Breely Haynes, and I can't quite read the numbers on the players in the front rows jerseys, but here we go. Serve to West Prairie, hit into the net by Natalie Moore for the first point of the game. That's going to go to the Rockets. Here comes the serve once again by Downs. Over the net by Dunn. Here comes Dunn to Petty to Kitch. A nice hit. Tipped over the net. Here's Kitch to Petty. Back across the net. First point for West Prairie. A nice job there by West Prairie, tying the ball game up here. 1-1 so far. Serving for the Cyclones is number 15. That's Belle Petty. Here comes the serve. And tried to return it. That's going to be an ace there for Petty. Score is now 2-1 in favor of the Cyclones. Here comes the serve from Petty. Nice set there. Some miscommunication. And right through the fingers of 16, Callie Wright for the Cyclones. Score is 2-2 here so far. Serving now for the Rushville Rockets is number 19. And must be wearing a different number. I don't have a 19 here on my roster, but that hit is going to be out. Point for the Rockets. Score is now 2-3 in favor of the Rockets. Here comes the serve. Kitch over her head. Petty trying to get to it. Can't quite get to it. Score is now 2-4. Here comes the serve once again from the Rockets. That's done over the net to Kitch in the middle. To Petty, back to Moore. Moore too hard, out of bounds, out the back side. Score is now 2-5. Here serving for Rushville. To Kitch. Kitch to Petty. To Moore. Tried to block at the rim. At the rim. I'm thinking basketball. Tried to get a block there at the net. Couldn't quite get it. West Prairie's going to score, making your score 3-5. West Prairie still down by 2. Here's the serve by Kitch. Returned by the Rockets. There's a hit by Dunn. A nice hit there to the right side. That's going to be out. Nice job there by number 11, Lindsey Dunn. Here comes the serve by Kitch. West Prairie now down only 1, scores 4-5. Nice serve by Kitch. That's not going to be returned. Out of bounds on the Rockets. Kitch is going to get to serve here again. Score is all tied up at 5. Here comes Kitch. Returned by the Rockets. That's Petty to Powell over the net. To the Rockets, tries to save it, can't quite get there. West Prairie is going to take the lead here now, 6-5. Nice little run here. West Prairie's going on. Here comes Kitch with the serve once again. Nice serve by Kitch. Not going to get to it in time is number 19 for the Rockets. Once again, don't have a name for her on my roster here, unfortunately, but nice ace for Kitch. There's Kitch. A bad pass, but Rushville manages to save it. Here's Petty behind her back to Powell. Powell hit a bit too hard. Going to be point for the Rockets. Score is now 7-6 in favor of West Prairie. They lead by 1. Serving back for the Rockets now is number 25. That's Carly Ham. Here comes the serve by Ham. To Kitch. Petty and Dunn into the net. Would have been a nice hit there, but can't quite clear the net, and score is now 7-7. Tie game here. Serve coming from Carly Ham. Dunn to Petty. Back to Dunn, behind her back, on her back foot, but saved by the Rockets. Here's Kitch to Petty, behind her back to Powell. A nice hit into the back row, and that's going to be a point for West Prairie. Scores now 8-7 in favor of West Prairie. They lead by 1. We have a substitution here. Alice Hynek coming in for 25, Carly Ham. Hynek taken up in the back row. Serving for West Prairie is 17. That is Natalie Moore. A nice serve by Moore. Moore to Petty. A nice tip over and finds a hole in the defense. Nice job there by Petty. Finding some open space on the Rockets defense here. Going to be 9-7. West Prairie now leads by 2. Here's a service by Moore. A nice ace. Rushville not able to return that one. Moore extending the West Prairie lead to 3. Moore. Serve hard to the back row. Save. Play at the net. Hits it twice. And the Rushville side. And it's going to be another point for West Prairie, extending the lead now to 4. Served by Moore. Scores 11-7. Return by Rushville. Out of bounds. Bit too hard. Otherwise, would have been a nice hit there by number 12, Charlie Gerleman. Moore serving again. Set by Downs, tipped over the net. Here's Kitch to Petty to Dunn. Almost finds a hole in the middle of the lane, but as Downs tried to save that one, she sailed it out of bounds. Going to be another point for West Prairie. They now lead by 6. The score is 13-7. Natalie Moore continuing to serve. Here comes the serve. Downs to Haynes. That's out. Going to be another point for West Prairie. West Prairie now doubling the score of the Rushville Rockets, and coach is going to take a timeout and talk it over with her players. You are listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. McDonough District Hospital. Thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experience and dedication in sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted for best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, and again in 2020. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. That's MDH, McDonough District Hospital. West Prairie here with a 14-7 lead in Game 1 of the 8th grade match. Rushville coach recently called a timeout to talk to her team about the run that West Prairie is going on right now. In part 2, the server, Natalie Moore. Here she goes again. Little miscommunication there. Some Rockets players run into each other. Here's Petty. Nice hit there by Callie Wright. Nice little setup for her. Here's Moore once again. Hard serve to the middle. Here's a set by Rushville and a hit. Saved by Petty. Macy Powell tries to save it. Can't quite get there. Going to be a substitution here for Rushville. That's 31, Madison McOrder. And for 15, Ashland Downs. Serving now for the Rockets is number 32. That's Caitlin Vogler. Here's Dunn to Petty. Back to Dunn. A push deep into the defense of the Rockets. Nice set by Vogler. West Prairie unable to return that one, and the score is now 15-9. West Prairie still with a 6-point lead here. The serve, once again, Vogler. To Powell. To Kitch. Back to Powell. Rockets there able to find a hole in the West Prairie defense. And now in is the libero Starbuck. Vogler. Here for the serve. Kitch to Petty. To Wright. Tries to get the hit. Just doesn't quite make contact there. Making your score 15-11. West Prairie now only up 4. Here's Vogler. On the serve to Powell. To Petty. Over the net. Play on the net. Wright. And looked like Petty crossed the center line there. And point's going to go to the Rockets. Score is now 15-12. Here comes the serve. To Kitch. Looked like it was overhead. Saved by Dunn, though. And Kitch back over the net. Looked like it might have been inbounds, but they're going to call it out. Another point here for the Rockets. Score is now 15-13. West Prairie leads by 2. Serve here to Powell. To Petty. Back to Dunn. Light hit. Nice little push there by Lindsey Dunn. Going to make your score 16-13 in favor of West Prairie. They now lead by 3. Here serving for West Prairie is number 5, Macy Powell. Here comes the serve. Nice save by Moore in the back row. It's Petty to Kitch, and a nice hit. Return, but it's going to be inbounds. Kitch thought it was going to be out, but couldn't quite get to it there as it stayed in. Here comes substitution here. This is Phelps. Taylor Phelps from the JV game coming in for Paige Kitch. West Prairie up only by 2, score 16-14. That serve by Rockets is going to be out. That was Breely Haynes. Breely Haynes served out of bounds there. Now it's 17-14. We've got a substitution for West Prairie. Kitch going back in for Phelps. Serve here by Lindsey Dunn. Nice serve to the back row of the Rockets. Returned by Gerlman. Here's Powell with the third hit. That's going to be out of bounds. Another substitution here by the Rockets. This is 25, Carly Ham, back in the game for Alice Heineck. Serve coming here now from Maddie Stoll. This is 42, a deep serve to Powell. She's having trouble returning it. Bell Petty can't quite get to it. And it's going to be another point here for the Rockets. Score is now 17-16. West Prairie lead only by 1 here now. Another serve by Maddie Stoll. To Kitch. Right. Can't quite clear the net. That's going to tie the game up here at 17. Coach Drew Snyder reminding his team to talk to one another as they play the game. Here's Powell to Petty. 2 more. Back row. Can't quite pass it over. And the Rockets here will now take the lead 18-17 in favor of Rushville. Lindsey Dunn tries to return that serve there. Can't quite get to it as Charlie. I'm sorry, this has been Charlie Gerlman the whole time. Rather than Maddie Stoll, I thought that one was a 4. Couldn't quite see it. That serve going to have West Prairie get the point here. Here's Callie Wright. Nice serve by her. Score is 18-19. Here's Moore to Petty behind her back. 2 more. Push deep. That's going to be out of bounds. Another point here for the Rockets. West Prairie now behind by 2 as the score is 18-20. Another substitution here for Rushville. Ashlyn Downs in for Madison McWhorter. Here's Ashlyn Downs with the serve. 18-20 here in favor of the Rockets. Play at the net. Petty gets it over. And the Rockets cannot return it. That was Downs. Not able to return that one here. Now serving for West Prairie is Petty. Petty to Carly Ham, who is not able to return that one. West Prairie has now tied the score up here at 20. In game 1 of the 8th grade match. Here's Petty's serve. To Downs, hit by Vogler, and West Prairie's not able to get to that one. Rushville here taking the lead back as it's 21-20. Here comes the serve. Kitch to Petty, 2 more. Blocked at the net and saved by Rushville. Here's Petty once again to Powell. Powell back row, saved by Rushville, and they managed to get that one over. Here's Petty to Powell once again. play at the net. Carly Ham almost had that one, but it doesn't quite make it over. Score is now tied at 21. Here, Kitch with the serve. Doing a great job serving earlier in this game. Let's see if she can continue. Hit by Rushville. Tried to save that one. Lindsay Dunn, but ends up hitting it out of bounds. And Coach Snyder's going to have a timeout here to talk about that with his team. Score is 21-22. West Prairie's behind here in game 1 of the 8th grade match. Just another reminder here, you're watching this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. The Square Music Company. The Square Music Company offers instruments, gear, lessons, service, and more, located on 122 Northside Square in Macomb. Call the Macomb store at 309-431-5484. Or you can visit the Quincy location at 725 North Hampshire Street. If you would prefer, you could also visit them online at squaremusic.com. Once again, that's the Square Music Company for all your music and instrument needs. Back here in the game, serving for the Rushville Rockets is 25, Carly Ham. Serve is good. Kitch to Petty to Dunn. Nice strong hit to Ham off the ceiling. Thinks she can go for it again, and West Prairie is going to tie this up at 22. Natalie Moore serving here now for West Prairie. Deep into the back row of the Rushville defense, it's Petty, then Dunn, then Powell. Short hit on the net. Here's Kitch, back to Petty. Back to right. Going to sail that one out of bounds. West Prairie now trailing by 1. Score is 22-23. Here is Vogler with the serve. Rushville lead by 1. Deep serve to Powell, to Petty, to Kitch. Kitch too hard and puts the Rushville Rockets within 1 of winning this first game against the Rockets. Coach Snyder here is going to call a timeout to have his team possibly rally back and take this lead back from the Rockets. Once again, the score is 22-24 here in the first game of the 8th grade match. About 30 seconds left here in this timeout before we get back to the action. Here come the Rockets players once again. Serve by Vogler. One of those two, I'm not quite sure. Number 32, Caitlin. Here she comes with the serve. Looks like it might have been out of bounds, but Kitch saves it and plays it. Lindsay Dunn, a nice strong hit off the light fixture to Vogler, and a miscommunication by West Prairie. Coach Snyder thought there might have been something illegal that happened there, but the Rockets are going to take this first game here, 25-22. Rockets have game 1. Once again, you're listening to TSSR Live, presented by MDH. After this commercial, we possibly will be hearing from Maddie Calvert about what happened there in game 1. But we'll be right back after this.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
In that last game, we saw a lot of communication errors on both sides of the court, and this was really a game of momentum for both teams. And we saw Paige Kitch and Natalie Moore at the service line for quite a while, boosting the momentum on the West Prairie side. They're serving a lot of the deep zones in the corners in 1, 5, and 6. And hopefully we see a lot more communications on both sides of the court in this next game. And it was a really competitive game, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Thank you, Maddie Calvert, our volleyball analyst here. Once again, she knows a heck of a lot more about volleyball than I do. I didn't even know where zones 1, 5, and 6 are. So, unfortunate loss there in the first game. Coach Snyder, I know, not quite happy with the lack of communication by his players, lack of talking during the game. I'm sure that's what he was telling them about, and the break in between game 1 and 2 here. And we're going to get started in about 30 seconds for the second game of the 8th grade match between West Prairie and Rushville. Going to be starting out serving for us here is number 15, Belle Petty. She's done a good job so far of serving, or of setting here for West Prairie. Here come the Rockets now taking the court. Pretty excited about that first win. They're gonna look for a second one here to take home the W. Not if Belle Petty can say anything about it though, as she's gonna start off the game serving with an ace. Nice job there by Petty. Nice serve. Going to start this game out 1-0 in favor of the Cyclones. And Rushville returning the ball here. Right to Petty. A nice little tip there. Dunn to right. Back to Moore. Moore, third hit over the net. Here comes the return from the Rockets. Dunn to Petty to Kitch. Kitch gets it over deep into the Rockets defense. 32, that's Caitlin. Vogler tried to get that one set behind her head back over the net, but didn't quite put enough power on it. Scores now 2-0 in favor of West Prairie. Here comes a serve by Petty. Over the net, hit by Natalie Moore a bit too hard as it sails out of bounds. Going to be the first point in this match for Rushville. Score is 2-1. In the game to serve now is number 15, Ashlyn Downs. Downs with the serve. Into the middle to Kitch. Set by Petty to Moore. Moore put a bit too much spin on that one. Spins out the left side there. And going to tie this game up 2-2. Downs back again with the serve. To Powell. Nice pass to Petty. A little push there by Moore. Here's Dunn to Petty. To Kitch. Finding open space. Returned by Vogler into the net. Going to be West Prairie's third point here. The score is 3-2. Kitch with the serve. To Ham, to Downs. Back over the net from Girlman. To Petty. Powell, nice hit. Great hit by Powell there, finding an open spot on the far left side. Serving once again here. is Kitch. Kitch to the back row. Over the net, here's Petty to Powell to Moore. Back to the Rushville side. That's Downs with the set to Ham. Over. Lindsey Dunn to set by Petty. Hit by Kitch. Back to West Prairie. Here's Petty serving, setting to no one. Probably some more miscommunication there by West Prairie. And serve here now by the Rockets to Dunn. Bad pass into the net. Ties up the score here at 4, both sides. 4-4. If you're just now tuning in, this is the second game of the 8th grade match. The Rockets took the first one, and now the score is tied in the second one. That serve going to be sent sailing out of bounds. Here, this is 17, Natalie Moore with the serve. West Prairie up by 1. Downs to Ham, to Kitch. Petty with the set to Dunn. Nice hit, almost blocked at the net. Over by Caitlin to Moore. And Petty with the third hit there. Miscommunication, but the Rushville Rockets seem to get it over the net, even though it lands out of bounds. Another point for West Prairie. West Prairie up by 2. Score is 6-4. Here comes serve by Moore. Downs to no one. Her teammate can't quite get there in time. That's 22, Corey Boyd. Score now is 7-4 in favor of the Cyclones. Here comes Moore to Boyd. To Downs, hit by Ham. Kitch saves it though. Moore, third hit by Petty. Deep into the Rushville defense. Here's Downs to Ham once again. Blocked at the net by Callie Wright. A great block there, putting West Prairie up by 4. Score is now 8-4, and a timeout called by Rushville. My apologies, score is 9-4. Just kidding again, it's actually 8-4. The scoreboard keeps changing. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, to TSSR Game Time Live. The score is 8-4 here in the second game of the 8th grade match. 40 seconds here left in this timeout. This broadcast brought to you by MDH. Thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experience and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, and again in 2020. They have 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, hospital caring. Here we are, back in the match here. Natalie Moore. Nice serve deep into the Rushville defense. Here's Downs with the set to Vogler. Kitch, Petty. Dunn. Out of bounds. From my angle, looked like it might have touched the line, but that's why I'm not a ref. Lost ball here. Luckily, we have another one. Score is 8-5. West Prairie leads by 3. Here's Ham with the serve. Kitch to Petty. To Dunn. A nice hit to the back row. Ham returns that one. Ham once again to Kitch. Petty behind her back to Powell. Can't quite get it over the net. Another point there for the Rockets. Score is now 8-6. West Prairie leads by 2. And another serve here coming for Ham. Petty to Dunn. Nice hit, but into the net. It's a nice setup there. Score is 8-7. West Prairie now only lead by 1 after leading by 4 just a minute ago. Here's the serve by Ham. Kitch to Petty to Dunn once again. A nice shot, nice soft hit to find the open space in the Rushville defense here. Now back to serve for West Prairie is 5. This is Powell. Macy Powell, here comes the serve. Ham tries to get to it, can't quite get there in time. Another point for West Prairie. Score is 10-7. West Prairie 2 points here. Real quick after that ace. West Prairie leads by 3. Another serve here for Powell. Over by Downs. Right to Petty to Dunn. Going to hit the pole on the net, and that's going to be out of bounds. Score is now 10-8. West Prairie leads by 2. Back serving for the Rockets is Vogler. Here comes the serve. To the middle to Powell. Kitch and Dunn. Nice set there. Although she didn't look happy with it. There's Powell to right. A little bit too hard. Sails out the back. Score is now 10-9. West Prairie still has the lead, but now only by 1. Here comes the serve from the Rockets. Lindsey Dunn tries to get to it. Can't quite get there in time. An ace from the Rockets ends up tying this score at 10. Here comes the serve. Out of bounds. Going to be West Prairie's ball. They got lucky on that missed serve there. That was the side out they needed here to take the lead back. Score is now 11-10. Serving for West Prairie is 11. Lindsey Dunn. Here's the serve. A nice hard serve to the back row. Ham hit over by Downs. Here's Petty trying to find some open space. Rushville saves it though. And 22, Corey Boyd not able to get that hit over. West Prairie now takes the lead by 2. Ball rolls into the hallway. We've got 12-10 here. West Prairie leads by 2. Serving is Lindsey Dunn. The serve. Returned by Gerlman. Dunn, play at the net. Charlie Gerlman. A nice play there, right at the net. Here's 22, Corey Boyd serving for the Rockets now. Score is 12-11. West Prairie holds the lead by 1. That serve going to sail out of bounds. West Prairie now up by 2, 13-11. Serving for the Cyclones is 16. That's Callie Wright. Here comes the serve. Looks like it might have been out of bounds, but Rushville decides to play it, not take the chance. And Charlie Gerlman cannot get to that one. Here's 16, Callie Wright. Once again. That serve going to be out. West Prairie lead was 3, now it's only 2. Score is 14-12. Here's the serve by Charlie to Kitch. Petty finds some space, can't find any. Callie to Petty once again. Looks like she might have lost control of that set, but Callie saves it to Powell in the net. Nobody from the Cyclones can get to that one. Score is now 14-13. West Prairie lead by 1. 1 minute. No, there's no clock in volleyball. West Prairie up by 1. Macy Powell. That's going to be out. Looked like it was very close there. But now the score is tied up at 14. Here's Charlie with the serve. Dunn. Nice return there to Petty, back to Dunn. Finds some space in the middle of the Rockets defense and takes the lead back. Score is 15-14. Bell Petty serving for the Cyclones. Here comes the serve. Saved by the Rockets. Ham gets it over. Back to Petty to Kitch. A nice hit, strong hit to the back. Charlie Grolman's not going to be able to save that one as West Prairie now takes the lead by 2. Score is 16-14 here in Game 2 of the 8th grade match. West Prairie is down 0 games to 1, but they're leading this one. Petty with the serve. Some miscommunication by the Rockets, and that hit's not going to get over. West Prairie takes the lead now by 3. Petty back to the service line. 17-14. Here's the serve. Back to Charlie. Set by Caitlin. Over the net, Petty to Moore. Gets it over. That's going to be out. And I'm not quite sure what that signal was. Back row something. 18-14, West Prairie up here by 8. Here's Moore to Powell. That's going to be out by the Rockets, and their coach is going to take a timeout here. West Prairie leads 15-14 here in this Game 2 of the 8th grade match. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Community News Brief. Community News Brief is a free publication distributed over 68 locations in Bushnell, Macomb, Colchester, Industry, Adair, and many more towns throughout the area. It provides local news to McDonough County and parts of Fulton County every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To submit a press release or get advertising information for the locally owned publication, contact Lynn at 309-333-8245 or email communitynewsbrief@gmail.com. Here we go, back again in Scioto. Bell Petty, number 15 for the Cyclones, serving here. So they lead 19-14, lead by 5. Looks like Charlie Gerlman tries to get that one, can't quite get to it. West Prairie now up 20-14, lead by 6. Here comes Petty. Once again to the middle of the Rockets defense. They can't seem to figure out where this serve's going. West Prairie now up by 7, 21-14. Looks like a football score. Here comes Petty once again. Out of bounds, not able to return from the Rockets. Petty doing a great job serving here as West Prairie now takes the lead by 8. Once again, Petty to McWhorter. Vogler over the net to Dunn. Petty back to Powell. Set by Vogler to McWhorter. Here's the set by Petty. Kitch, middle, nice. A nice job there by Paige Kitch. Score is now 23-14. West Prairie needs 2 to win it. Looks like we possibly could be going here to a Game 3. Here comes Petty. Nice play at the net. Kitch once again. Dunn to Petty to Powell. Too hard, out of bounds. Score is now 23-15 as the Rockets are going to sub in Ashlyn Downs for Madison McWhorter. Here's Downs to serve. That serve going to be out of bounds, putting West Prairie at 24 points. They need 1 to win, and they're up by 9. If the Cyclones win this game, the set will be tied 1-1. And we'll go to a game 3. Here's a serve by Kitch. Nice hard serve to the back. Corey Boyd. 2 downs. Over the net by the Rockets. Here's Kitch. Back to Petty. To Dunn. Saved by the Rockets. Going back over. Here's Kitch. Petty. Moore. Soft one to Boyd in the back line. Here's Downs. Back over the net. Right. Petty. Dunn. Nice hit. Finds some space. And that's going to send us to a game 3 here in Scioto. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live. West Prairie 8th grade team just won game 2, 25-15. We'll be back right after these messages.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
Helps me reach peak performance in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. Said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. They didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
You see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
And we're back here in Scioto, and nice game 2 from the Cyclones. Especially nice job by 15 Belle Petty. She was at the service line from 20 to 24. I don't think she missed a serve all game. She definitely came in clutch, serving 3 aces in a row while continuing to set for West Prairie as well. Definitely a great job by her, but we're going to see now what happens here in game 3 between the West Prairie Cyclones and the Rushville Rockets. You're watching 8th grade volleyball here on TSSR Live, presented by MDH. Ref's just going to do a quick check here to make sure both teams got their rotations in order here. West Prairie doing the 1-3-2 strategy. And the Rockets are going to get to serve first here, but not before Coach Snyder checks his notes. He's looking at the rotation for his players here. Had a couple of them mixed up. But we're going to get started. Here comes the serve by Downs. Dunn to Petty, back to Dunn. Nice hit to the back row of the Rockets defense. Here comes Downs to Girlman. Over the net, Powell. Nice job by Belle Petty, but she's going to cross the line on her way down. First point of this game 3 is going to go to the Rockets. This is the Rushville Rockets, not the Houston Rockets. If you're looking for the Houston Rockets game, you're not in the right place. Second serve here from the Rockets is going to go out of bounds. It's going to be tied 1-1 now for game 3. Here comes Belle Petty back to the service line. She came in clutch in the last game here. Here's Dunn to Petty. Back to Kitch. Kitch, nice job of getting that one over there. Here's Dunn again to Powell. To Moore. Moore Third hit over the net. Here's Downs. Gets the ball over. Callie does a nice job of saving that one. Moore hitting over the net. Here's Dunn to Petty. Behind her back to Powell. Powell is able to find some real estate on the floor of the Rockets defense and send this game 2-1. Nice little rally there by both sides. West Prairie leading 2-1. Here comes a serve from Petty. Set by Downs. Back to Charlie. Not able to get that one over. Into the net. West Prairie leads by 2 now. Scores 3-1. Here's Petty. Downs to Vogler. Right. Petty. Back to Powell. Another hit. This time the defense was ready for it. Right. Petty. Kitch. Nice hard hit to the back row. That's Ham with the save there. Over the net here. That's done. Petty. Kitch again. This time, 21, Breeley Haynes not able to return that one. West Prairie here now, 3-point lead, 4-1. Bell Petty still at the service line here. Hadn't missed a serve all night. And another one's good here. Second hit by Girlman into the net. Bell Petty. You know the story. It's 5-1 here. West Prairie's ahead. Petty. Play at the net. Girlman's going to be able to jump up and hit that one down to the West Prairie side. Serving now is the Rockets. Score is 5-2. Here comes the first serve. Kitch to Petty. Middle to Natalie Moore. Ashlyn Downs for the Rockets, not able to return that one. West Prairie's going to go up 6-2, and here comes Kitch. Kitch at the service line. Nice serve to the back row. Returned by Ham to Downs. Over the net to Powell. And Bell Petty once again. Defense wasn't quite ready for that one. And the coach is going to call timeout and talk about it. West Prairie here up by 5. You're watching TSSR Live presented by MDH. Square Music Company. Do you know that the Square Music Company offers instruments, gear, lessons, service, and more? And it's located on 122 Northside Square in Macomb. You can call the Macomb store at 309-431-5484, or if you're listening in from the Quincy area, you can visit the Quincy location at 725 North Hampshire Street. Or you can also find them online at squaremusic.com. Once again, that's a Square Music Company. You know, one thing that I like about volleyball that it has that no other sport has is that after every serve, one team is going to score, no matter what. So you know that your team's either going to go up by another one or the lead is going to get cut by one. Makes for some exciting action here on the volleyball court. Here comes the serve by Kitch. Back over the net. Right to Petty. Behind her back to Powell. Back row. Play at the net. Gets it over. And it looked like it hit part of the ref stand before it went over the net. Here comes the serve by Kitch. Scores 8-2 here. West Prairie with the lead. Downs to Vogler. Back to Kitch. Petty with the set. And done. Strong hit. Back row flies out of the back. That's out. Score is now 8-3. West Prairie leads by 5. Serving is Charlie. Charlie over the net to Kitch. Nice pass to Petty to Dunn with the hit. Very strong hit. And that one's going to go out of bounds. A nice play by Annika Clark catching that ball here on the in the stands. Here's the serve by Moore. Play at the net. And looked like, I'm not quite sure what happened there. But West Prairie's going to score. Here comes Moore back again with the serve. Macy Powell, a nice heads-up play there at the net. Pushes that one over before the Rockets defense could react. Score is now 11-3. West Prairie ahead by 8. Moore. Petty with the save to Powell. Nice set to the middle to right. Saved, though, by Charlie off the light fixture. Lindsey Dunn to right. Bit too hard. Going to sail out of bounds. Out the back. Score is 11-4 here. West Prairie leads by 7. In the game now is 31 Madison McWhorter. 15 Ashland Downs. Here comes the serve by Vogler. Dunn to Petty. Back to Dunn. Right side. Nice kill into the middle of the Rockets defense. Looked like number 12, Charlie, wasn't able to get to that ball in time. 12-4 here as Macy Powell serves. Charlie to Vogler. Back to Macy. Kitch. Right to Dunn. Kitch off the net. Thought she could make a play there. Couldn't quite get that one to go in their favor. Scores now 12-5. West Prairie still ahead by 7. And serving now for the Rockets is number 21, Breeley Haynes. Serve is short. West Prairie is going to get the ball back. Scores now 13-5. Here comes Lindsey Dunn. She serves. Kitch pushed over the net. Hit back by the Rockets. Going to be out of bounds. Coach Snyder telling his players he wants them to block with 2 hands, not 1. Here comes the serve by Lindsey Dunn. Miscommunication there by the Rockets. A nice ace by Lindsey. They're up by 10 points here in Game 3. 15-5. Here comes Dunn once again. Deep into the back row of the Rockets. Ham to Powell. To Petty. To right. Finds some land in the middle, but it's saved. Petty set to Kitch. Kitch, a nice strong hit to the back row. Charlie to Breeley to Vogler. Not going to be able to get it over. West Prairie now takes the lead by 11 points. Here as a score in Scioto is 16-5. Lindsey Dunn continuing from the service line. Another serve here to the middle of the Rockets defense. That's McWhorter. Over the net. Powell to Petty. Nice hit by Callie Wright. And the return bounces off the ceiling. Going to be another point for West Prairie. They're now up by 12. Here comes Lindsey Dunn. Nice serve. Looks like they weren't ready for that shorter serve there. As the ball hits the ground and gets Lindsey Dunn another ace. 18-5 now. West Prairie up by 13. Here comes Dunn once again. Ham over the net to Dunn. Set by Petty. Back to Dunn. Nice hit. That was a great job. Nice setup by Petty, allowing Dunn to get into her rhythm and get a nice hit there into the Rockets defense. Score is now 19-5. West Prairie up by 14. Dunn trying to make it 15 here. Petty finds some open space, but it's going to be out. Looked like may have touched the line, but point here is going to go to the Rockets. Score is 19-6. Here comes the serve from Ham. Ham deep into the West Prairie defense. That's done to Wright. Here's McWhorter, not able to get that one over the net. West Prairie now takes another 19-point lead here as the score is 22-6. Callie Wright now going to serve for the Cyclones. Here it comes. Deep into the back row, that's Ham to Haynes. Back to Ham, able to save it. That's Powell to Petty. All right, here's Dunn. Set by Petty to Kitch. Way out the back. Bit too hard of a hit there by 23 Paige Kitch. Going to set the score at 22-7. Ashlyn Downs, number 15, back in the game for 31. McWhorter. Here's Downs with the serve. Lindsay Dunn with a nice save there, and that return's going to be out of bounds by Downs. Out of bounds by Downs. 21-7 here. Nice job there by Petty. To Downs. Dunn back over the net. Play on the net by 12, Charlie Gerlman, but it's going to be, looks like she carried it. So the point's actually going to go to West Prairie. Scores 22-7 here now. West Prairie takes the lead by 15. A nice jump serve by Petty. Haven't seen that here yet today. Moore, wow. Great hit on the net by Moore. Finds some open space in the Rockets defense, and the score is now 23-7. West Prairie needs 2 to win in this game 3 of the 8th grade match between the Cyclones and the Rockets. Timeout here called by the Rockets coach. And we're going to go here to one of our sponsors. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. That's McDonough District Hospital, if you didn't know. You know, McDonough District Hospital Athletic Trainers and MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provides you with expert help to Cyclone student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. You can learn more at mdh.org or McDonough District Hospital. More than hospital care, a hospital caring. 2 points left to go here for the Cyclones. The score is 23-7. Back to the service line is Belle Petty. I almost called her Betty. That's not her name. Over the net by the Rockets. Petty to Kitch. Kitch gets it over. Ham. And Petty tries to save that one, but can't quite. She hits it into the net. Going to be a point for the Rockets. 23-8 here. West Prairie up by 15. Here comes serve from the Rockets. Kitch to Petty. Petty over the net. Back row, Callie. Nice hit attempt there by Charlie Gerlman. She's not able to get that one over, though, as it hits the net. Score is now 24-8. West Prairie needs one more point to win this 8th grade match. Here comes Callie Wright to Dunn to Kitch. Could be the last point of the game. Saved by Charlie. Nice play there by the Rockets. And here comes what could be the last serve for the Rockets. Charlie, serve is short. Callie Wright not able to get there in time. 24-10. West Prairie lead now at 14. Deep serve to Kitch. Play at the net by Carly Ham. That hit not going to be good. That is the final score here from the 8th grade match West Prairie takes Game 3, 25-10. Thank you, everybody, for listening in to this junior high volleyball game. West Prairie 7th and 8th grade teams both got the win tonight. A great job by both those teams. We will be back here, I believe, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for the next volleyball game. Hope you'll join us here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I've been Ethan. The woman behind the camera has been Maddie Calvert, also our volleyball analyst, and we'll see you next time.